Now, look at the synonyms of courage: backbone, spine, spirit, grit, spunk, boldness, audacity. Does that sound like a courageous person? Yes or no? Okay, now, I want you to think about, if I were to define you, would your words be that? Or would it be spineless? No backbone. Don't know what you stand for. Don't know what you believe in. Won't push the envelope. So when I look at these two things, I'm looking at courage. And courage has got to be tied to confidence. Confidence is an internal knowing that you can create something. So where would you say this courage comes from? If I said, break it down, where is the root of courage? Where does it come from? Okay, say again. Planning and training, right? You're training, right? You're doing it. Demonstrated capacity. You've done it. 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 And because of that, you got so much certainty, it's coming out of your eyeballs. Like when I talk to people when I'm selling, I'm talking to them as if, look, I have 100% certainty I can help you, but I can't help you until you commit to this. Right? Now, do you know the number one reason people don't buy something? Because they lack courage. Right or wrong? Lack courage that they're going to get their money back. Lack courage that it's going to work. They've tried multiple things. It didn't work. So now they want to give up. So when you're thinking about this, many times when you're selling, what you're having to do is transfer your courage to who? To them. Because they ain't got any. They ain't got any. Today we sold people into our coaching program. We were selling people into our coaching program. And I talked to them. I'm ready to commit. I'm doing it. Okay, we're sending the agreement over right now. As soon as I sent the agreement over, I sent them a video. Hey, this is Coach Burt. Thank you for committing to your future. You ain't committing to my future. You're committing to your future. Then I sent a text message. Hey, did you get the agreement? What time you can plan on, right, doing that agreement? Then I had somebody else call them or talk to them or text them. Then we're just going to keep going until we have that signed agreement. Does that make sense? Because we never assume anything. I don't care if you tell me I'm signing it, we're doing it. I've seen too many people lose certainty in a matter of minutes. Lose courage in a matter of minutes. Like, I'm ready to go, coach. Then within minutes, I'm scared to go. Okay? How do you overcome this? Now, can you give me something that you don't have? You can't give me courage if you don't have any courage. Okay? So I want you to think about these areas. Now, this is all the things it's going to take courage to do. I want you to look at this. Number one, it's going to take courage to spend money on marketing you may or may not ever get back. How many of you spent money on marketing you never got back? Okay, now we ran a marketing campaign this past weekend during the holidays. Katie, this is where I'm going to call on you again. And we spent how much money on the marketing funnel? We created funnel, ClickFunnels. We're going to push people to buy a $7 planner. They were going to get my planner for $7. That's all we're selling, a $7 planner. Everybody see that? How much money did we spend on the campaign? $1,700. How much did we make back? Less than 100. Now, start right there and ask yourself. This is a trick question too, by the way. Did it work or not work? So y'all don't know how to answer, do you? Okay, so for $1,700, 50,000 people watching my ad. Okay, although we sold less than $100. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Did I waste that money, or was that good money spent? Okay, now here's the deal. Do you know what that car dealer who just signed this big contract with me said? He said, Coach, I've been watching. He said, I don't know how I got a hold of one of your videos. I don't even know where it came from, but I watched one of your videos. And that video prompted me to go watch another YouTube video. Then I had my wife watching your videos. Then I had my daughter watch some of your videos. And next thing you know, he calls in and says, we want you to be our coach. Now, so here's my point to you. Understand the difference between return on investment and return on objective. Return on investment is I put $1 in and I expect $3 back. And if I don't give them $3, it didn't work. I ain't never spent another $1 on a marketing ClickFunnels the rest of my life. Does that make sense? Return on objective is, my objective is to become known and famous. The more known and famous I can become, the more opportunity I'm going to get. And it may not come in the front door, it may come in the side door. Everybody see that? So the $1,700 wasn't a loss because 50,000 people watched the full video. That could initiate just one person that signs up for the coaching program that pays for the whole thing. Everybody see that? So how many people will never spend $1 on marketing because of that very theory I just told you right there? Right or wrong? They don't have the courage. So what do? They remain obscure. You understand what obscurity is? Okay? Nobody knows who you are. What's the likelihood of you selling to somebody who don't know you? So number one is you're going to spend money on things that you think are not coming home. So I want you to understand the difference between branding and marketing. I think branding is becoming known. Right? I think it's becoming known in the world. I think marketing is specific, intentional things you're marketing to somebody. We have a product, we're marketing that product to a potential buyer. They have a need and we have a solution to that need. Okay? You're turning a customer need into a profit when you're marketing. Okay? Now, second thing you're going to do, which is going to cost you from growing, is you're going to spend money on employees. You're never going to spend money on employees because they may lose that money for you. How many of you have hired employees and they cost you money, they didn't make you money? That's what you're thinking, right? Not having employees does what, Tommy? Not having more people does what? Costs you more money. Why? Opportunity cost. So when I was small and I had one person, like a lot of these dudes I compete against, they're speakers, meaning they don't really have a business. They got a little assistant that handles their bookings and they go speak and that's it. If something were to happen to them or anything happened to them, like there is no business, there is no intellectual property, there is no online academies. It's like I get paid to speak and I got a little person that books me. They don't have somebody running the company. They don't have salespeople, but they're telling me they want to grow. And I'm like, well, you don't want to grow because you don't really have a company. You ain't got any people. Like you don't have a sales team. Like, are you really serious about growing? Because you don't look like you're serious about growing. So don't ask me how I'm doing what I'm doing because I got more people than you do. And I need more people than what I got. So when you're thinking about this concept, this is a problem for a lot of small business owners. And I know what you're going to say. They'll never do it as good as I do it. And they're not going to do it as good as you do it. You know why? Because it's your business. Here's my philosophy. If they do it 80% the way I do it, I'm 100% happy with it. Dave, you and I talked about this. If they do it 80% the way I do it, I'm 100% happy. If you're ever going to scale or grow anything, it ain't going to be perfect. You think the McDonald's brothers would have a fit today if they saw how McDonald's was actually ran? But they're still making billions of dollars, right or wrong? You think Sam Walton would be happy with the way all Walmart's ran today? No, but they're still making billions of dollars. So there's slippage, and slippage is the gap between how we used to do it versus how we do it today. There's a gap, okay? So you got to get over that. Spending money on new ideas and programs that may not work, spending money on hiring your first employee. Now this is a big one. And I want to say this for a very specific reason. When you're trying to grow, if Ethan comes to me and says, Coach, I want to make $1 million a year, okay? And let's say he's making X number of dollars per year, okay? Let's say he's here making this, okay? Let's say he's making $500,000 a year. But he would like to make $1 million a year. Now, when you're looking at what he's missing, it may be in one of these 4 areas. It may be his knowledge. It may be his skill. It may be his desire. Or it may be his confidence or courage. Now, let's say he comes to me and says, Coach, I got a lot of courage. I ain't afraid to talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime. Right? I got a lot of drive, Coach. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make $1 million a year. What is he missing? He may not know how to do this, but somebody does, right or wrong. He may not have this. This is the number one thing people have not done. They have not skilled up. This costs money, right or wrong? Okay? This costs money. It does not cost money. It costs you money not to skill up. It's free. Does that make sense? Now, when you think about skill, I want you to think about kids. How many of you have paid for your kids to go learn something and skill up? We send Ella Grace to horse riding camp every Wednesday. She goes to gymnastics on Tuesday nights. We pay a coach to do what? Grow her skill. Now, This week, she can do something that she couldn't do last week. This week, she's doing a new horse ride. This week, she's doing a new trick at gymnastics. You know why? Because somebody's coaching her on her skill, and we're paying for them to learn that. Now, why don't we do that as adults? Now, how many guys you got on your team's got the exact same skill they had 3 years ago? They ain't a bit, hear what he said? They ain't a bit better today than they were 3 years ago. Their skills are not enhanced. They got the same skill set they had 3 years ago, and they're wondering, Dave, why can't I make any more money around here? Why can't we sell any more mattresses over here? Why can't we do it a little bit better? You know why? Because you haven't honed your skill set. You are missing a skill. You can have all the desire you want. You can have all the confidence you want. But until you spend time and energy skilling up and growing your skills, you do not make this jump right here. Okay? Because I think most people are missing either this, they don't know how, or they have not been trained in how to do it. So you say, what could you do? Now, I'm thinking about my team. So let me give you some examples. I'm willing to spend money on my team to get better. So I'm looking for executive assistant camps for Melissa to go to, because she's my executive assistant. I'm looking for operations and leadership summits for Katie to go to. I'm looking for negotiation schools for Chelsea to go to. I'm looking for sales training for my sales team, because I know the stronger their skills are, the better they're going to be. Now let me ask you a question. I sent Jorge down to bodyguard school a few weeks ago, and he was trained by people like Secret Service people. So he's already done a full profile on you, see if you're crazy or not, okay? Now, here's my point. Were your skills stronger after you got back from going to that camp, yes or no? Yeah. They taught him like what they teach in the Secret Service. They taught him how to recognize people, how to take guns away from people, how to do all kinds of crazy stuff. They taught him, and so you know, I sent him down there, I paid for it, and I said, go down there and learn how to do this. And so he comes back and he's got better skills. Why? Because he got skilled up. Does that make sense? Now, can everybody see? Now, tell me why people don't have the courage to spend money on this. They don't think it'll work.
They struggle making decisions. No matter what it is, they just struggle to make a decision because it may not work.
That's right. Because how many times have you tried something and it didn't work? Everybody see that?
Immediate return.
There you go. That's good. There's not an immediate return. Right? How many times have you tried something that you just fell off the wagon of and it didn't work? And then you say, well, it didn't work. Okay? Now, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but in the last 3 weeks, I've lost, I was at 191 on my weight. I'm at 177. I was at 177 yesterday. And it's all because I wanted to get to like my fighting weight, like my little Floyd Mayweather weight, okay? And my wife's like, I don't want no scrawny husband now. Now, here's what I did. I wanted to get lean, and I wanted to have more energy. So you know I'm on the Hotze plan with the Hotze vitamins. Now I'm on the Optavia plan with Eric, and I lost 12 or 13 pounds in less than 3 weeks. Now, what's really happened there, though? It ain't just about losing the weight. What it's really done is give me a better energy. Now my mind's clear because I'm not bogged down with a bunch of stuff I was eating. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm losing the weight, but if I decide to just completely fall off the wagon and not follow that plan, I can't blame the plan because it don't work, because I know it works. Everybody see that? I know it works. Why do I know it works? Because I've seen it. It happened. I followed the plan. I lost the weight. Everybody see that? But like I said, I didn't need to lose a bunch of weight. I was really doing it for energy. My mind is clear. I'm not bogged down. I see new possibility. I've got more mojo, got more energy. So my point is, I'm leveling up a little bit on that. So for you got to ask yourself, are you willing to spend time and money and energy? Now, or what on opportunity that materialize? Spending time on customers that may never appreciate you. Now, I want to stop right here, and I want to see which one of these you're guilty of. Which one of these you say, you know what? We've been kind of cowards in this area. I hadn't spent enough money on myself growing. I hadn't grown my team because I'm scared of losing money. I hadn't done whatever. Which one of these do you say, look, Coach, you got me. I'm guilty. Because at one time, and sometimes in my life, I've been guilty of all of these. I have literally been guilty of making every one of these mistakes. Everybody see that? So take a second right now and tell the people at your table, where do you think you could get better? Because it has everything to do with your confidence.